Hi guys, it is Tuesday and I had a bunch of stuff I want to talk about this week. A lot of beginner questions that have been popping up across the board. But I have my magic post-it note. Yes, you can't have the post-it note, no. Punk. Sicky is still home. I wanted to talk about channeling, astral projection, remote viewing, and automatic writing. There's been a resurgence of interest in channeling, which is fascinating because it is perceived as an extremely old school, just kind of dead talent, honestly. Why? Superstition, supreme lack of teachers, because in order to teach it, you have to be able to do it. And there aren't very many people who do. In fact, that was one of the big things in Lilydale when I was studying there. Was one of the things that a lot of people were sad about, was that not only the lack of a physical mediumship, the ectoplasm, the trumpet sounding kind of thing that Lilydale had started to become known for when it began, but also just the pure cabinet mediumship kind of thing, which was strictly channeling. If you're not familiar with channeling, channeling is allowing your entire self to be used for mediumship, for communication through other beings, whether it's a dead person, it's a person from another plane, to someone with a message, basically. But they can use your everything, instead of just, for instance, automatic writing, where you would basically give permission to use your hand to, write and therefore deliver the message. So instead of your hand, it's the whole thing. And in cabinet mediumship, you will see people change. So like, it'll be like a layer over somebody, and your face will change to look like a particular person, their features, their hair, their body mass, kind of thing. And people don't really do that anymore. You would like some more snackies? I would love to help you with that. May I have your cup? Will I open? I think a lot of it is superstition. I myself have particular superstitions regarding channeling, in that specifically, I don't want to give anybody else, here you go, sissy, thank you. I don't want to give anybody else permission to use my body for anything. When you turn your body over for channeling, it's kind of like you lose control. It's like a weird hypnosis. I know that's a terrible comparison, because it's a terrible comparison. I'm gonna try and think of something else, but I don't want to give permission away at all. I'm not big on possession, and that's a huge superstition when it comes to channeling. What if somebody doesn't want to leave? That's, a thing. So there's that. I literally can't even think of a big name anybody that does channeling. ARE, the ARE Institute in Virginia still teaches, because Casey is, dead, but that is literally the only big name channeler that I can think of. And he basically slept through the entire thing. He gave up all control, and spirits basically used his voice, but gave up all control for that. I just even the thought of that weirds me out a little bit. I'm a little too controlling for that. Yeah, probably. Yeah, let's go with that. Whereas astral projection and remote viewing are different. Let's go back to automatic writing and channeling, though. Automatic writing is allowing a part of you to be used for a specific purpose, which is to communicate. A lot of people that are doing psychic art now are doing automatic art as opposed to automatic writing. They're allowing spirit to come through and paint, right? A lot of people are making big names with that. That's cool. I really like art. Psychic art's just not my thing. I'm more a classical artist. That's, I know. I'm snobby. I don't have anything against psychic art. I like messages in a stricter format that my brain comprehends, which is why automatic writing is so fantastic, because not only do you know that it's not yours, because it will absolutely typically be a completely different style, and you can study that too. If you journal, if you write normally, you'll be able to compare your sentence structure, the vocabulary usage, different stuff that a learned person will be able to look at this and say, yeah, this is definitely not your stuff. But that's awesome. I love the idea of automatic writing. I think more people that are looking for inspiration should look to automatic writing. What does that have to do with astral projection and remote viewing? Nothing. Another snacky? All right, just because you're sick. You're lucky bear. Yeah. And I'm not sure why the person had phrased this in the question, but astral projection and remote viewing are completely different. What? Don't climb on the table. We're not that kind of household. Come here, you want your snacky or not? Craziness. Yeah, no, literally, channeling has nothing to do with astral projection or remote viewing. Now, astral projection and remote viewing are surprisingly similar in themselves. You're still in your body, but part of you, what some people believe that's your soul, some people believe it's a piece of your soul, some people believe it's the third eye portion of you, from like here up, you magically can transport to different realms. Dream walking, people, although that's technically something different, people consider dream walking a type of astral projection, where literally you come out of your dreams and visit other people's dreams, which, big invasion of privacy issue there. But it's completely possible. I mean, I've done it accidentally, sure. I don't know that I would want to do it on purpose. But astral projection is your spirit going wherever, okay? Now, that's nothing to do with dead people. Absolutely nothing to do with dead people. Absolutely nothing to do with any other entity. Is literally your spirit traveling wherever you go. Remote viewing is very particular in that it is your spirit traveling somewhere particular, whether you're given a named place or you are denoted a location and you go, depending on how you're trained, will depend on that. Oh, forgive me. So astral projection and remote viewing are awesome. They're very useful skills. Absolutely, very useful skills, especially if you've lost things. I do that a lot, but nothing to do with channeling. So if you're looking to get into something old school, looking at channeling and physical mediumship is something I completely recommend. Unfortunately, I didn't actually write down the question. I just wrote down channeling, astral projection, remote viewing, and automatic writing. Sorry. I hope I answered your question. It's an interesting bunch of things, because people would consider these three specific things very high level talents. Okay, something that you would certainly have to train for years to be able to do this sort of thing. Whereas automatic writing is like a mid-level skill. Okay, so I would encourage you to certainly try automatic writing before I would try astral projection. And channeling, there are certainly things that you need to master within your mediumship before you start channeling other entities, just as a safety feature. You know, you need to learn how to communicate through yourself before you learn how to communicate. Yeah, I mean, common sense, right? I would think, but you never know. So just putting that out there. Some people never find themselves able to do these things. Again, everybody has a specialty, and I don't want anyone to get frustrated. I want you to have the bravery and the excitement to try everything once, at least once, like 3 times, totally, unless it's a bad relationship, then don't do that. But within your psychic skills, your talent umbrella, right? I want you to try everything under the umbrella. And if you find your medium skills are not where you want them to be, well, then don't jump to channeling. Start with automatic writing, you know? Meditating daily, eating healthy, drinking your water, all that boring stuff. I know it's terribly boring. It is, but it's one of those things where we're daily taking care of ourselves, and we're showing the world that we're respecting ourselves, we're respecting our bodies, we're taking care of our needs, and therefore we're ready for more. Basically, like that, yeah. That's the way that it makes sense to me. Okay? Do you have to meditate daily? No. Do you have to eat healthy food? No. Is it better for you on the whole? Yeah, totally. Duh. I mean, because you do one thing, does that mean you will finally be able to channel? No. I mean, some people just aren't able to do this stuff, and that's okay. Your talent lies elsewhere. Discover it. Look for it. Discover it. Enjoy the search. That is what life is all about, enjoying your search. All right? So I'm happy to get back to some talented questions. I'd really like to get to my video on shielding. I keep coming back to that. It is important. It's an important skill for sanity and health and well-being and all that jazz. So I love you guys. I hope you're having a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.